Hi, it's me again with CorelDraw Tips and Tricks. Somebody sent me this logo and he stated, looks like it's locked. I've never seen that before. What's wrong? And it is, it's locked and you can't do anything with it. But if you go to Object, Lock, and Unlock All, and there you have it. Now it's a workable file. Now I blacked out the address that was on there so nobody would bug them. But what I'm going to, it's a layer. It's not particularly sharp, so we need to trace it. I've already done it. And with it selected, I'm going to get the crop tool and I'm going to crop out this pretty cool logo. And what that's going to do, that's going to help Corel make life easier, make it a lot easier. So it's less than an inch. We're going to set our nudge factor on 1. Now, it still doesn't say trace bitmap, so we've got to go to bitmap and convert it to a bitmap. Doesn't really what color you choose. And then it'll come up with trace bitmap, outline trace clip art. Now, he didn't really ask for help on this, but I thought I would show him a couple of tricks that might save him. It traced it pretty good. Around the faucet, it's not perfect. You know, it's a little rough on the edges on the faucet, and the circles aren't circles. So what I would do, and ironically, they are a circle, so I'm going to take my ellipse tool, and I'm going to hold down the control button and the shift key and have it grow, and it actually pop to it or snap to it. Center. This one didn't really snap to it, but you could adjust that. Let's make it a little bit smaller. With our ratio lock, we'll make it 0.95. Ooh. Let me back up here. Oh, I'm doing it. So let's go 99. Let's go 95. Okay, that's good. Now I'm going to nudge it out of the way. Now what you can do is just left click, right click, and then you can delete these by just, the easiest thing is, one, you could go to Object and probably break it apart, but we're just going to go to the virtual segment delete key and just delete those two. That way, when you bring these back in, they are going to be perfect bubbles. He didn't ask for help, but I'm going to go over this whole thing. This is, you need to get rid of that line and just kind of look around, see if there's any oddball lines, and there's really not. The house isn't perpendicular. This is square. This one's not. So what we're going to do, we're going to make it square. We're actually going to take a line, a 2-point line, and go from that bottom, holding down the control button. So it's pretty close, but it's not. So then we can just take our virtual segment delete key, and we can delete that side and delete that and delete that. Whoop. So somewhere it was touching. What we can do is take a node. Well, it's got to so whenever you can't grab anything with a node, because you have to ungroup it. So what we're going to do, let's just put another 2-point line right here, and that'll stop that from happening. So we're just going to get rid of that black line. And then we can get rid of that line, and we can deal with this thing in just a second. Matter of fact, we'll just do it right now, because we're going to use that line. I wasn't really intending on using that line. But get your shape tool, and when you have more than one node, you can delete that node. And then I would suggest even going past it and then cutting off the part that's past it. See if we got lucky on this line, and we didn't. But what we could do is just take this and put it on the other side, which we could have done at the top too. So now your house is straight up and down, but this is open. Now, to fix the hydrant, and also we'll look at that, see we got some squiggly lines. I'm just going to start deleting nodes. And there's actually 2 nodes here or 2 lines here, because we have the line of the roof and the line of the house. And I think that just fixed it right there. But we can take and delete that. And this one is not closed. So we can go to, and it's because it has an arrow, Docker, join curves, and we can join it real quick. We'll have to grab both sides, holding down the shift key. Well, you know, the easiest thing to do when something like that happens, just take the Smart Fill tool and fill that in and nudge it over. And then we could actually just cut all this away and take this and go left click, right click and put it back. And it basically got rid of those lines. Now we've still got that hiccup, but we can take both these lines and delete them. Well, we can't do that. Let's back up here. Let's get rid of just one of them. And then we could take this line and put it up to the top. I'd go, even though we're gonna Smart Fill that, we're gonna fix that. Now, the main reason for the video is how to fix the hydrant 2-point line. Just kind of draw a line. I didn't mean to make it like that. And then use the Smart Fill tool. I normally like working in the center of the page, but in this case, we're not going to. We're going to left click, right click. And this one is better. This side is better. So I'm going to bring in an indexing line and put it like right in the center. Now I can delete this half. I'm mainly working on this handle that make it rounder. I'm going to get the smoothing tool. If you have X7 or above, you'll have the smoothing tool. I'm going to go smaller, 0.05, click on it, and I'm just going to lightly touch it. Now here in the original picture, it looks like it's flat all the way across. So we need to make it flat all the way across. So we're going to take the shape tool and grab these two and go to alignment and align horizontally. See, and it made it like that. Now you could, probably be easier to take the original and move it over here so you can see it better. And it's just got like really a flat, almost like a rounded corner. And we could do that. So I'm going to take my shape tool and I'm going to add a node right there. Then I'm going to take these two, I'm going to go up to a line and I'm going to align them vertically. Now I brought it up a little too far in, so I'm going to just bring it out. And we can actually turn them into a curve now. Well, it is already a curve. So we're just going to kind of bump that out a little bit. And then you just go back and forth and look to see what it looks like in the real picture. I don't like that. I'm going to try to delete that. So that looks pretty good. I mean, he can work on that when he needs to. And then take this, Control D and make a duplicate while holding down the control button, get the two-sided arrow. I was holding down the shift key. And then take your Smart Fill tool and fill that in. You've got a perfect copy of it. I'm going to move it down and I'm going to go left click, right click. And then I'm going to take this one away with the virtual segment delete key. I'm going to go ahead and remove my line at this time. And then I can nudge this up and over. And then if it fits, which it doesn't, because we kind of squeezed it a little bit, take this line and just, actually you have to delete that node and bring that line over that line. Take your virtual segment delete key and delete that line. Now this is the original picture, so it's the original colors. So we're going to get the Smart Fill tool and we're going to use the color eyedropper and put it right there and voila. Go back to the color eyedropper, get this dark blue and voila. Now I did not check the roof or the chimney, but there is a good vector. What I'd also do is right click and take away the outline in Control G. And then all you have to do is retype those people's, I think it was just an email address. Pretty cool logo. I like it. Anyway, hope that answers, but his main question was it was locked. So whenever you can't grab something, normally you don't get a file that's locked, but I normally have to lock them. But anyway, I hope that helped him a little bit. Thank you for watching.